All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
We want to welcome you to Saturday Ibüümerang Flight School live from Cancun poolside, featuring your GMA Global Master Ambassador, Edwin Haynes. What up, E-Money?
Hey, in beautiful Cancun, living my best life right now. You know, that's how we do it.
Awesome. Man, it's so exciting. You know, we are just having the most amazing time here in Cancun. And I'll tell you what, folks, the next time we do one of these experience trips, you have got to make sure that you are here with us because this trip has just been totally amazing. Like, what's your impression of the trip so far?
Hey, I don't want to leave right now. I'm trying to, I'm trying to double task. I'm working on responding to you right now on the screen. I'm going to be doing the responding today. But they have to see the pool. Can they see the pool?
Yeah. You know, I tell you what, guys, we're gonna give you just like a quick tour, show you around, give you guys just a look. So we're staying in these amazing casitas villas.
This is my pool here. This is my pool.
This is the Global Master Ambassador's pool that just comes right out of this place
right there.
That's mine right next to him over there, you know. And then we've got our CEOs a couple of doors down over that way. And then if you look out here, you can see the we're just right across from the main pool and the swim up bar. This place was just absolutely amazing, and actually right up above there was our VP of marketing, Mark Kithcart. So we had this amazing place that we got a chance to stay, and we got folks staying. We basically have taken over this entire resort and have thrown some amazing parties. We had our welcome party, which was off the chain. We had our pool party yesterday, which I frankly have never seen anything like that.
Hey, we had foam, we had bubbles,
we had dancers.
Hey, we were throwing people in the pool, and they enjoyed every bit of it.
We had, we call that the Ibüümerang baptism. so folks got baptized yesterday, you know, into the diamond path, and it was just insane. And then the training.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I think we had 3 trainings with our CEO, Mr. Holkenbugs. He was crushing it. Now, This was a pool party, but everybody just kind of did a huddle. And I mean, I'm telling you, our CEO is on fire right now.
Oh my God. He's in the zone.
T. Gray, I've been with him 21 years.
Yes.
And I hadn't seen him like this. I don't know if I can say ever. It is crazy. What's happening right now?
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. We should be doing this. Boom. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Oh, we need to do it again.
What?
Because they couldn't see it. I had the thing up there. I had the thing up there. I'm sorry, everybody. You know, we get all excited. We're here in paradise, and we're messing up. Okay, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Your GMA. Oh, yes. That's his pool.
That's my pool, right?
That's his pool.
That's how we do this.
That's how we do it. That's his place.
My place.
And that's his pool.
That's his pool.
Right. I'm right on the other side over there. Yes, absolutely. And then we have our CEO is over on that side over there, right? And then look at this, guys. Look, we got this beautiful place that we're at. Why aren't you here? Oh my God, this is just so amazing, right? And then we've got to show you that up there was our VP of marketing. He's up that way
with his own pool.
Yeah, with his own pool up there. Up there, he had his own pool. Right. So
very nice.
So we had an amazing time. Sorry we didn't get that right the first time. Sometimes it takes a couple of times to get it right.
Yes.
And then we had these parties and stuff we were talking about. But the training I was talking about, I forgot about those those were the trainings after the training.
Okay.
Which were the
you're talking about
I'm talking about the big training in the ballroom, which was just absolutely amazing. And
yes.
You know, our CEO taught us how to build a pipeline. You know, just a simple pipeline, doing some simple things every single month that'll help you take your business to diamond. And then he showed, you know, how the leadership development bonus works. Folks were really blessed yesterday and inspired. And then, you know, folks, I want to introduce you to this concept of the meeting after the meeting. So that was like the main event, but then by the pool, how many times that you said about 3 times?
About 3 times.
Three separate times. Yeah. You know, Holton Bugs, it just turned into kind of a huddle and just off the cuff, you know, just out of his soul, just laid the smackdown.
Yeah. I mean, and just raw information that helps not only you in business, but in life.
Yes.
We talked about, that's what I like about what we have here in our system. We teach life principles here. So yes, you can take the information, you can grow a huge organization, and which you will do, because we have one of the best companies in the world. I'm gonna tell you right now, with the best system, best leadership that's been put together. But the other thing is you can take this and infuse this into your life and have a life-changing experience. And that's what I'm excited about right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're just so glad we're doing a live training today right by the pool. And we're going to go ahead and get down to business. And we're going to have a lot of folks joining us, just rolling up on us. Somebody said, we didn't invite you. Yes, we did. But listen, the next time we do this, come on up here, Shaniza. Come on up here. We've got folks coming up here who are going to be joining us for the training and being on set. Just stay right here. Maybe sit on the stairs or something. Just be in the video. Hey, everybody, this is Shaniza. She's one of our upcoming rock stars. Right here, going diamond. She had the Ibüümerang baptism yesterday. She's going diamond. Man, I just tell you what, guys. Listen. You know how that meme goes? Listen, Linda. Oh, listen. The next time we announce one of these trips, it will sell out.
Yes.
Do not wait till the last minute. Do not piddle paddle. Make sure you go ahead and get in.
And I'm gonna make sure I get in first so I can get the best room, because I will never miss this experience again.
Absolutely. The best rooms are gonna go first.
Yeah.
The benefit of first class.
Yeah. That's the benefit of first class.
Is the benefit of
right.
First
So
class. Yeah.
by the way, for those of you out there doing presentations and trying to explain to people why they should do first class, this is a major benefit, because the best rooms go first, and first class gets that 2-week head start. We got Edson from Dallas rolling up. What up, Edson? How you doing? Right, you guys are live and in full effect. You guys are on set. Absolutely, we're just so excited. We just got folks.
This is the pool party going on.
Pool party. Wait, who else is coming here? Is that Jackie Underwood?
Oh, we are having a party. This is not even
Awesome.
fair.
Look at that, guys. I'm trying to tell you. You should be here, because then you could be on Saturday flight school live with us today. This is just so amazing. We're having such a great time. So, okay, guys, we're gonna get started. This is just gonna keep happening, and when more people roll up,
let's let them come.
We'll just let them come.
Absolutely.
Come. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into just a couple of quick things, and then we're gonna get down to business with our actual training. We just want to make sure that you remember your boom gear. Now, I'm not wearing my boom gear today because I've got everything dirty already.
I have mine right now. This is mine. I saved this shirt just for them.
You saved your shirt for today?
Yeah, I wanted it to look nice today.
You know, I think that's why you're the global master ambassador.
Well, that you know.
You planned ahead.
Yes. Hey, I want to take it off, but I don't want to, get everybody too excited, so I keep it on right
Please keep the shirt on. All right. So you can go to boomgear.com, right? And if you have any questions about your order, go to gear@iboomerang.com, or you can go to iboomerangpromos.com, which is a consolidated website that we put together so you can find everything in one place. Okay. Also, we're not going to go over any good stories today because we really want to get down to the training. But as you develop your good story, as you use your Ibüümerang commissions to pay off your debts, please let us know about it so you can bless and inspire other people. And folks, we talked to some folks around the pool. We've got some great good stories coming. I really hope that you're taking advantage of this opportunity to take your financial life to a new level by using the money that you make to get rid of debt. All right. Also, we're not going to do our DTRT stories today because, again, we're going to get down to business, but we want to make sure that we catch you doing the right thing. So please email your doing the right thing stories, your DTRT stories, and your Top Gun stories to marketing@iboomerang.com so we can highlight you on next Saturday's training. All right. And then remember that as you're posting, we've got several hashtags we want to make sure that everybody uses. Hashtag Ibüümerang with and without the umulas. You guys are like, what's an umula? That's the 2 dots over the U. And I'm really not that smart. Steve Seaver taught me that yesterday. He's like, what do you call the 2 dots over the U? I call them 2 dots over the U.
That's
what I call them. He said, no, they're called umulas. I'm like, okay. So anyway, don't forget we have those 2 hashtags, and we also have hashtag just different. And by the way, if you want to see what's going on in Cancun, go on Instagram, go to the Ibüümerang page, check out the Instagram story on Ibüümerang, and also follow the hashtag. I don't know if you guys know that you can follow hashtags, follow hashtag Ibüümerang, and you'll see everybody's post that they're making about this trip. Okay, now we are down to business. You ready, GMA?
We're down.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Today's flight school topic is how to rock the red zone. This is an exciting training because we're going to show you how to do more volume in the last 10 days of the month than you did in the first 20 days of the month.
That's good.
Now, by way of recap, and I'm going to tee up our GMA and our other special guest who's going to come in here and show you how to rock the red zone. First thing is just a little recap. We are teaching everyone to move in sync and to work the zones, right? So the first 10 days of the month is the white zone. That's where we do massive exposure. The second 10 days of the month is the blue zone. That's where we do massive sponsoring. And the last 10 days of the month is where we drive massive volume. So what was the white zone? That's where we do as many events and as many Zoom calls, and we get as many people as possible to a good party or a boom party or to watch an I Decide. We just want everybody to see, hear, and learn about the Ibüümerang story. That's what we do in the white zone. How many people can we expose? Then in the blue zone, this is where we sponsor those people, where we get them to make a decision, right? And so now we want them to start at whatever level they want to start. We teach them the fast start. We get them in the game. And right. And remember last week, we taught people how to follow up in the blue zone with three-way calls to get a resolution. And the three outcomes were they either sign up as a TSA, they become a Ibüümerang customer, or they give us referrals. But now we're in the red zone, the 21st, which is Tuesday, right? So we're teeing you up for the red zone. It starts on Tuesday and it goes through the end of the month. And we're going to teach you how to drive massive volume. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off because we don't have specific slides that are going to talk about this. We want you to take great notes. We're going to go on interview style, full video, and we're going to start talking to our GMA about the red zone. So you've been through a lot of red zones in your successful network marketing career. You've obviously not only made lots of money yourself, you've helped other people to do that and change lives. Kids are going to better schools and all sorts of debts have been paid off. My question to you is this: it's the red zone. How do you recommend that people actually rock the red zone?
Rock the red zone. I love the term because we never had that term of rocking the red zone. So what I suggest that you do, all of the things that you've done over the past 2 weeks, I'll say 2 weeks, the first part of the zones, meaning that, we talked about the white zone, the blue zone. Now, all of that is just bringing it all together. It's trying to bring it to take people off of the fence and put them into your business. And so in the red zone, this is where you go in and do, because they always say the fortune is in the follow-up. So this is where you go in and do the proper follow-up with all of the people that you've exposed the business to and get them on different calls. Sometimes we have distributor orientations, meaning that we'll get groups of people on the phone and we'll do a recap of what they've seen and really do a strong call to action. And so we make sure that people get off of the fence, as I say, from watching and seeing and testing and whatever they are doing right now to getting into the business. Typically, you're going to do a multiple of people getting started. There will be multiple times of people getting started that you would in the first 2 zones, them getting started in the red zone. So do your follow-up. You need to work on that right away. So I'm going to be doing a lot of follow-up. I'm going to be doing myself putting teams together. I already have talked to people here in Cancun, and we have plans right now to have their people on calls and getting them into action and growing their business so we can move, so we can close out the month very strong.
Oh, absolutely. That's really good stuff. That's really so. Now, GMA, the red zone is about driving massive volume.
Sure.
Right. Where are the places that people are going to find this massive volume in the last 10 days of the month?
Oh, listen, that's what you do is, and the other thing too is, as you're building your business, what I like to do is get with my team and see who they have exposed the business to. And so now we've been specific. You don't get to the top by just generally wandering there. You need to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what to do. So what you need to do right now is look at not only the people that you have exposed the business to, but get with your team of people that you are working with. You should have a specific group of people that you're focused on in order to build your business. So I always know exactly where I'm going to work the business. I get those people, and then now again, as I say, I expose them to different calls, because we have calls that we have. So I give them a second exposure or third exposure, whatever it is that they need. And we have plenty of that. Always plug into our Facebook page. Stay plugged into the Facebook page, and make sure your people are plugged into the Facebook page so they know exactly what we're doing at any given time. So that you do that. The other thing is, maybe they need to see the I Decide video again, whatever that may be. Get the exposure to those people again, so that now they can get their questions answered, and we can get those people to move in as well. And so we can get them a check. That's the first thing we have to do.
You know, I was thinking about something that you were doing just the other night. It's kind of a red zone activity, even though it wasn't the red zone. I was doing a Zoom for a group in my room.
Oh, yes.
And then when I finished, I came next door to check on you, and you were doing a Zoom. But my Zoom was a first exposure presentation Zoom. Your Zoom was a second or third exposure for this group, where it was kind of high level, answering questions, painting the vision, that kind of a thing. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that you can do that. We can do a Zoom. When you do a Zoom or a presentation, it doesn't have to actually be the business presentation. A second or third exposure Zoom can just be, hey, let's answer some questions. Let's talk about the vision. Let's get a little bit deeper. Let's talk about how we do business. Let's talk about who we're doing business with. Let's talk about, backgrounds and CEOs. You can actually get your upline leadership to do a cameo. We use each other for that kind of stuff. You can, if you're working with your GMA, he can come on. He doesn't even need to be on for the whole time.
No. That's exactly what happened. So we were doing a call. And now I'm gonna go on and say Tommy Johnson. Those guys are rocking. Tommy and Carolyn, right? I'm so proud of Tommy. So we were doing the call. They asked me to just say hello. It was just more of a hello call or a validation call or whatever. But it was what we call a three-way, or a lifeline call. You may have heard some of these terms, but lifeline is kind of where we are now, just giving the people, again, the validation that they have made the right decision. And so we had a group validation call. And Tommy immediately called me back and said, UNT Gray rocked the call. People are fired up because some of them were on the fence. And so we did it all at once. So you can do it individually, or you can now use technology like Zoom or whatever it is, and you can bring them all together and get the same job accomplished at one time. And so those are some of the things that you use. Let technology go to work for you, is what I tell people to do.
So I want to make sure everybody has that in their notes. And as a matter of fact, I'm watching the chat here. Okay, guys, I'm watching both chats. Here's what I want to see you put on the chat: lifeline calls and validation calls.
Yes.
Lifeline calls and validation calls. And you can put Zooms if you want in there. But that's, you can even do a lifeline party or a validation party. Invite some folks over and have some hors d'oeuvres and stuff. And this one's not as formal as your boom party because it's not a presentation, but it's just to get people to really understand. And you know what? There were people here who were here for the first time and who who weren't all the way in. But when they saw how much fun we have, right? Or when they saw Holton Bugs training in the event yesterday, that is what made them decide that they want to be a part of this vision. So what was that for them? It was a validation.
Yes, it was.
Right? It made them see, oh, okay, if I do this, I'm not the only crazy one, right? So that's really
they like that back there. Look at that.
They like to see the gallery. And you guys stand up and wave at everybody. Let them see you good. They can't see you really good.
Oh.
We got more folks back there. Who's back there? Who joined us?
Oh,
We got Ronell Sylvester. We got Jason Park. Y'all coming in closer.
We want
them to see you the whole time. Nobody hiding back there. You guys come on up here.
I wish we could move up.
Yeah, we're still on the edge of our seats a little bit.
I don't care if somebody else see. Let them come on over.
Let's sure that they can see.
Don't fall in the pool, Ronell.
Right. So we got Jason Cross. We got Elaine Harris back there. Wave to everybody. Elaine, say hi, everybody from Chicago.
St. Louis.
St. Louis is in the house. What else? St. Louis. We got our boomerangs up, everybody.
Those boomerangs, baby.
Right. Is that Jackie Underwood over my right shoulder? What's up, Jay?
Chicago.
Chi-Town in the Heezy. All right. So, folks, you see, we're just having so much fun. And I can tell you right now, there's more folks on their way. And we're just
let them come on.
Absolutely.
We one big family.
Absolutely. So, the red zone is really about driving volume. Now, I tell you what, there's another place that you can find volume. And that other place is, so remember in the white zone, we exposed them like crazy. And in the blue zone, we just let them sign up wherever they wanted to. So that means a lot of them signed up at standby just to lock a spot, or coach, or even business class. And one thing we could do is we can help people upgrade. Would you talk about that a little bit?
Hey, I'll wear your shades or something, man.
Absolutely.
I mean,
you got a little sun in your eyes there.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
how do I look, everybody? Tell me how I look.
You are now officially rocking the red zone and the Ray-Bans.
Okay. Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we have a.
Yeah, you're talking about upgrading now.
Upgrading.
How do we help people upgrade? How do you create?
Well, how can you not want to be part of first class? I mean, that's the term, first class. You know what I mean? So first class gives you all of the benefits of this company. You like right now, being on this experience at the first class pack level, you get a chance to participate or select the best rooms first. So that gives you, I would never, ever miss the trip that I qualify to attend. But if I'm going to go, it's going to go first class. That's all I know. I only fly first class. I only drive first class. I only live first class. I only eat first class. Everything about me is first class. And what? Boom.
Boom. Oh, no, come on. Let's do it. Yeah.
Boom. 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 Freedom. You got to do it. This is how you do it. So now, why would I go out and build a business right now, knowing that I can have a higher percentage for the same efforts? It makes no sense to me.
Yep.
So I wanted to maximize everything about it. And listen, for less than a Mac computer, I can get a first class pack.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, less than a cell phone now, because I think the new Apple phone is about $1,000.
This is true.
So some of y'all on the phone with a previous with your iPhone right now, going to get a new iPhone in the line on something that's not going to make you any money, and you can spend for less than a cell phone, not a computer.
Right.
You can get started with first class and change your whole life. Why wouldn't you do it?
Look at that. Look at that. All right, so I took some notes. I want to make sure everybody gets this. I want to see everybody write this in the chat on Facebook. I want to see it. I want to see it on the Zoom.
Yeah.
So we want to help people upgrade to first class. Write that in there. Help people upgrade to first class. They get access to all the benefits, and you get higher pay for the same work. Right now, what is that work? Well, you're going to get higher pay, in the dual team. And you're also going to get higher pay on your boomerangs. And actually in your boomerang business, you're going to get paid on more things than you would if you were not at first class. So let's see everybody write that in the chat. I want to make sure that everyone understands. And so what we do is we drive massive upgrades. We want to help people upgrade from standby to coach or business or first. Obviously first is preferred. From coach to business or first, or from business to first. Let's get people to first class, or at least get them on a path to first class in upgrades. And we want to drive that during the red zone. So that's another thing that we can do in the red zone so that you rock the red zone activity.
Hey, T. Gray, you know what?
Yes, sir.
Man, this work typing on this computer and doing this call, this is hard, man. I miss Mark Kipcard. God almighty.
I know, we miss Mark. Mark had to go back to California. He had to leave early.
You have me on the wrong task, man. Me pecking, trying to respond is not working.
Did y'all see him over there?
I'm doing this. This is horrible.
Hey, we do this all the time, bro.
I see. God bless you.
Awesome. Okay, so that's another thing that we can do. Now, now that we're introducing the dual team, right? There's concept of positioning comes into play as well, right? And so if we kind of go back a little bit, we talked about getting people off the fence.
Sure.
Right. And so when we get people off the fence, one way we can do that is we can talk to them about the timing and positioning of the dual team. Would you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, that's what I love about the dual team. But first of all, I got to go back and say, too, thanks to everybody. Thanks for all of your help on helping put the dual team in place this time. Because many of y'all that have been with us, it seems like it's been a while, but there was Marty Lavitt that we started, and we had a particular comp plant that we started with, and now that is gone. So it was time for us to enact or get started with our binary hybrid compensation plan. So in other words, we had over the past week and a half, we had to take 24,000 24,000 distributors, 24,000 distributors, and take them out of this virtual, what we call holding tank, and put them into a binary system. And it was a tedious task. But this team, your company, all of you guys, you all rock and you made it happen. Yeah, you can give it up for what we've done. And all of you all right now that's watching, and hats off. That shows the type of people. That's a first-class company. It's a first-class group of people. So we were able to put them into the structure. So now watch this. And I'm going to make some other announcements. I need to cover some things on that too.
Okay.
Well, what happens now with your binary system, as you're placing people on your left and right of your binary system, those positions are like property, equity, just like, we were saying real estate, location, location, location. So now what happens as you're building, if you're going to put multiple personal people into business, they have to fall somewhere. Now, it's not all the time that you will have some overage from your upline or whatever, but the two-team system means there are only two sides to build, and you may have the chance of having some type of spillover as that takes place in the business. So wherever you position, it could be a valuable position for you. So you want to get as high in the tree as possible with the person that you're working with, so that you can maximize the benefits of the binary in the two-team system. So that's very critical. I have to give you an announcement as well. This is critical coming up on Sunday. As we now have moved from the manual placements out of the placement lounge, there will be no more placement lounge after this. So we're done with placement lounges, meaning that now your people will automatically be positioned into the tree of the binary once they sign up on the front page of the website. So that's going to take place starting on Sunday. So going into Monday, when you register a person, you don't have to have a placement lounge. They will automatically be placed in the tree, but that's going to be according to what you set in your back office. So it's imperative for people to go into their back offices, and there should be a location maybe in your reports or whatever title we're going to have back there. You'll see it. First of all, take some time and go in your back office. That's another thing, all right? Some of y'all need to go in your back office, right? Now, I don't want you to stay there. Just go take a look, because I need you to go to work, right? Keep working. But you need to either select left or right according to your preference of where those people are going to be placed. That means now whenever they register on the front page, they're going to be placed on either your left side or right side, so you can pre-select where you want them to go. Also, it's an automated button as well, meaning that it'll automatically select what side the system will place your people on. So if you want the system to choose for you, put it on the automated selection, or you can choose left or right. And so always work with your plugged in upline in order for them to help you select the right choice. And now whatever takes place, your people will be placed in the right side, in the right choice that you choose for your business as well.
Okay, I've got an important question for you.
Okay, yeah.
So if a person chooses their automated setting, which side is it going to start putting people on first?
Great one, T. What happens now is this: it automatically places them on the strong side, your stronger side of business or common side of business with your upline. That way, if the person only sponsors one person and it is placed, it's going to place them on that common side. So if maybe that person who sponsors them don't do anything, that person is not an orphan.
Right.
Now the upline has a way to work with them directly in that same line of sponsorship. So always know that the first person will actually go into the common side of business, left or right, whatever that may be for you. That first person will always go to the common side of business.
So what we want to do, okay, somebody said Facebook is down. No, Facebook is not down. Okay, so
your Facebook
is down, but the Facebook is not down. Right? Zuckerberg is on team today.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right. All right. Check this out. So I want to make sure that you guys understand that. So the automatic placement setting, what it's going to do on your first person, if you leave it on automatic, it's going to look for where your sponsor is. So if you are on your sponsor's right, it's going to put that first person on your right. If you are on your sponsor's left, it's going to put that first person on your list. So I want to make sure that you guys understand that. Now, here's the next question that's already coming up. The question is going to be, okay, well then how do I make sure people go where I want them to go?
Gee, I just answered that.
I know, but you know, we got to break it down like stone cold simple.
You all know I'm gonna say it like it is.
Because
one thing you always count on me is to say it like it is, right?
And after then it becomes a customer service, just like Avalanche.
Okay, I'm going to see. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I know y'all wasn't ready for this morning. I told them don't wake me up.
Oh my goodness!
I'm enjoying this resort. I hope.
You see how people act in paradise?
Yes. I'm free. Whoa. Boom, boom, boom. Freedom. All right. Now, what was the question again?
Oh, hold on. We got more people here. What's up, Demet? We got Demet from Kentucky. What's happening? From Louisville. And I say it right? Louisville. I'm working on it. It's like another language. Who else do we have back there? Oh, we got, what's up? Everybody wave. Okay, that's awesome. Look, we got more and more people. Proud up.
They're so wild.
That's what I'm talking about.
Goodness. If you'd have known what they did at the pool, oh my goodness.
Oh, man. Look,
hey, listen, we had too much fun at the pool.
Yes, sir. Yes, we did. And you know, we should have made everybody sign a waiver, but they did it.
What happens in Cancun stays in Cancun. But
on
you know,
Facebook and
good.
Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So how do they make sure people go where they want? So I've got 3 people getting ready to sign up.
Sure.
I want 1 on my left. I want 2 on my right. How do I make sure that happens?
Oh, that's pretty good. Very good.
There you go.
First of all, you always should have coordination with your upline. Make sure that you all draw it out. Just take some time. It's just drawing a circle, putting the name in where you want them to be. That way it's like putting the structure together of your home. You just start going to build, take root, and see how you're going to structure your people. So make sure you be strategic in what you do. So what has to take place now is very simple. There's a couple of little things that you will have to do, Tigray, because you will have to go and change the settings each time. So what I would do if I'm working on putting 3 people in, 1 on the right or whatever, 2 on the left, then, this is my left or right, whatever the side thing goes. My other left, another right. So what happens now, very simple. Go into your back office. If you want them to be placed on the left, then you're going to have to put left for the pre-selection button. And then go to the front of the page, insert that, put that person in the business. Now you're done. Then if they need to go to the right, just go log into your back office right quick, select right, and you can begin to put everybody on the right at that point. But always go back, and at the end, make sure that you set it for whatever position that you want for the next person after you put all 3 in. So you will have to pre-select left or your first class packs in.
Absolutely.
First class.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? I was checking out the Facebook chat, and remember when Beyonce did Coachella?
No.
And they had to rename it. They renamed it Beachella, right? Well, Helen Rose in the Facebook chat said that now that we've taken over Cancun, we have to rename it Cancun.
Cancun.
Right?
Boom.
So welcome to Cancun.
Yeah.
Right, everybody? Cancun, Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great place to live afterwards.
All right.
All right.
Are you all having fun online? I mean, just let me know you're having fun right now. Are you all having fun back there?
Yeah.
All right. You're having fun? Yes.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we're covering all the different ways that people can drive massive volume.
Go in your back office this Sunday and make sure you pre-select where you want your people to go, left or right. You have to do that. So however you want it done, however you want that done, make sure you pre-select that and get the word out. The other thing is pay attention to what's going on. If videos go out, take that video, send it out to your people. If messages are going out, send it to people. Make sure you get online. Pay attention to what's happening on your Facebook pages so you can be updated with what's going on. We want to make sure you are in the loop and that you don't miss anything of what's going on. We're doing everything we can, but also you all have to be CEOs of your division. Y'all got this? You have to be CEOs of your division. CEOs of your division. That's because everybody you're going to have your own division. You are the head of that division, but it all makes up the $10 billion company that we're working on. We're headed to be a $10 billion company, and we need all hands on deck making it happen. And I know we'll do it.
Awesome. All All right, so folks, we've been covering how to rock the red zone, and I want to make sure that you guys know exactly what to do coming out of this, right? So just a quick recap. We're going to get people off the fence. We're going to look for the people who have not yet made a decision. We're going to use our follow-up tools and distributor orientation to help them get off the fence. We're going to talk to them. We're going to use second and third exposures, lifeline and validation calls. Maybe we do it as a Zoom. Maybe we do it as a live event to help people to see that, you know, get some social proof that this business makes sense. They're going to meet somebody who's like them. So for example, you know, if they were here at this event, they would meet real estate professionals, they would meet attorneys, they would meet accounting professionals, they would meet healthcare professionals like nurses, they would meet
engineers,
super biochemical, something or other, engineers, like Elaine. She's done some like really smart stuff that's like way up there, you know. Just all sorts of people, and they would meet somebody who's just like them, and that would give them that validation that this is a business for them as well.
And see, I want to say another thing. On the validation calls as well, or lifeline calls, what I have experienced in my career, those people who go through that process of being lifelined to somebody, 2 or 3, you know, people that's in the business, you do what we call provide and protect with those people. That means now they're going to hear from at least 2 to 3 people who say that the business actually worked. So now you have the ability to keep that person in for a longer period of time. And I want to make sure that you do the lifeline calls with your people. That's something that helps out tremendously as you're building your business and keeping those people in, because now they see or hear. If you're doing video, you see, but if they can hear something about to validate that this business works. So put them on the phone. I saw Top Gun. You didn't see that.
Hold on.
You didn't see that.
Pretend you didn't see it. Didn't happen.
Yes.
All right. So real quick, last thing, because we obviously have something happening here. You see the number of people just kind of starting to multiply, and I don't know if you know, the sun just started shining just a little bit brighter. Because we got some things about to happen here.
The heavyweights are
the last thing on driving this massive volume, we talked about upgrading, and we need to also create the value for positioning in the dual team. All right. Timing and positioning. So those are ways that you can rock the red zone. And by the way, before we do, we want to announce a red zone promotion. I'm gonna put it up on the screen real quick here.
We have a promotion.
We got a red zone promotion.
You all always
we got a red. So now for the month, we now have promos running. You got your more volume promo. Where for first class you get 1,000 CV instead of 800. For business class, you get 500 CV instead of 400. You get your Get 5 promo going. Now, you guys know, normally when people join the business, they get boomerangs and you don't. Well, now for the month of May, when they get boomerangs, you get boomerangs. And if you sponsor 5 people, we're going to double the boomerangs that you got. Okay? The ones that you acquired during the promo. All right? And then lastly, we're announcing today upgrade amnesty, right? So that simply means that if your upgrade clock has run out, right, or it runs out before the end of this month, we're going to extend your opportunity to upgrade to midnight on the 31st, right? That means you get to upgrade and pay just the difference. If you're, for example, if you're a coach and you want to go to first class, you'll only pay the difference. And if your upgrade clock somehow runs out during the remainder of the month, just let us know through customer service and we'll get that fixed for you so that we can drive massive volume. Let's get everybody off of standby. Don't be stuck on standby.
Hey, hold on, T-Gray. You mean to tell me we giving away 1,000 CV? 1,000 CV?
Yeah, 1,000 CV.
So you went dollar for dollar?
We went dollar for dollar.
That's on first class and business class.
First class and business class.
Man, they're giving away too much money.
There you go.
I knew Holton and Dave were rich. I just knew they were rich. Oh my goodness.
They're just like showering money. They're just like, hey, they're just making it rain.
They say making it rain. Dollar for dollar?
Right. Dollar for dollar.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, since we did talk about those guys, I tell you what, folks, one of the beautiful things about these lifestyle experiences with Ibüümerang is that you get a chance to hang out with greatness. You get to be with our visionary leadership of the company. And so what I'm about to do is I'm about to step out of the way so that we can make room for double CEO power. Because what you don't see is that on the other side of the camera, there is incredible greatness gathering in the form of our Extreme Travel CEO, David Manning, and our Ibüümerang CEO, Holton Buggs. Yes, boom.
Boom. Nice. Why don't you come and have a seat there?
You gotta stand behind us.
Okay, yeah, you go.
You guys get up in there. Go ahead. Yeah, take that.
Good morning, Ibüümerang.
Good morning. Boom.
Boom. Well, guys, listen, we've been having a phenomenal time over here, and I heard a big rumor that this is why you see all of these extra people piling up over here, because anybody who joins us live on the flight deck, we're going to give them 20 extra free boomerangs. Boom, baby. Boom.
You're like Oprah. You get boomerangs. You get boomerangs. Everybody get boomerangs.
Well, you know, I just heard Tigray talking about and Edwin talking about how if you're not upgraded, you can upgrade before the end of the month, guys. Listen to this. This is like an answer to a prayer, because I bet I talked to 20 people yesterday when we left the meeting. After they saw the advantages of first class, they were like, oh no, my clock ran out. Is there any way I can still get it? Well, guess what? Whoever said that one prayer got it, because you can now upgrade, and I highly advise you take advantage of it and become a founder with us, because once it's over, it's over. You know?
Well, I can tell you this. I was so gracious that David actually gave me his room, because I was late to the party. You know what I'm saying? David gave me his room, and but the benefits of first class is I've got one of my neighbors over here. I won't put her on the camera right now, but I can tell she's first class, because you couldn't get this room next to David Manning's room if you were waiting, or if you just waited 6 weeks or 6 days. I'm sure she actually went out there and got her room reservation. She's right next door. She's getting a knowledge sandwich, because here's where she's at. She's in the middle. She's got me on her left, and she's got Edwin Haynes on your right. And in the binary, that's called rich.
Very rich. That's what filthy, stinking hog nasty.
Exactly. Right. And with all due respect, I did give up my room to HB, but I'm not going to allow him to see where they moved me to.
But guys, we've been having a phenomenal time. I hope you guys have been watching everything that's been on the Facebook Live. The trainings have been incredible. The parties have been, guys, listen, I've been doing this 29 years. This is the most fun I have ever had doing network marketing. And just everybody that we've met, people who just are here just because they love the book travel. People who are here just because they want to travel with people that they love instead of taking a vacation by themselves. People who are here who just want to make enough money to pay for their travel. People who are here because they want to make enough money to pay for their family to travel with them. And then you get people who are here, like a few of these crazy maniacs back here, who just want to get rich, right? And so that's the thing about that.
I agree 100%. Let me just tell you one more advantage right now to first class, guys. Yesterday, everybody was saying, when's the next one? When's the next one? I want to know first. I want to know before everybody else, so I can make sure it's not sold out like this one was. Well, guess what? First class gets 2 weeks notice before 1 week before business class, and you get 2 weeks before coach and standby. That alone, as you can see and hear, is it worth it, guys? Yes! It is worth it. You know, I'm. You know what? I got a little jab at Tigray here, because I know he's here.
What did I do?
I want everybody to know I'm representing 3 of the most powerful things in the world today. 1 is extreme travel. 2 is Ibüümerang. 3, the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what I'm talking about, baby! That's what I'm talking about, baby! Did they say boo?
Just broke.
Yeah.
David, any booze about, listen, guys, we're going to make a rule. It's a hard, fast rule right now. Any degrading comment to booze about the Dallas Cowboys may slightly affect your back office.
Don't worry, I'll fix it. I will fix it personally.
may slightly. So if you're and it says, you know, objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. All right, your check may be smaller than what it shows. Because there's a Dallas Cowboy negative tax that you must pay if you say something negative. Right?
That's it.
That's very Dallas Cowboy fanish of these two.
That's right.
That's the way they
of these
behave.
three. We got Peter Hurst,
Yeah,
our
Peter's
chief
here, too.
giving officer, who's out there as well.
Hey guys, you know what? I gotta say the rumors are already out there. You know what you missed by not being here?
I just got another Giants fan that rolled up. Peter Hurst, Boom Foundation.
Yes. You know what happened yesterday? If you'd have been here, these are the kind of things you'll hear. It was super fun. We were over at the pool. We had, matter of fact, they gave us our own this huge pool. It was just for our group, and we said, "Who's going diamond?" And they come line up at the pool, and guess what happened to them? 1, 2, 3. They were committed. They were dedicated to the point even HB had to be helped out on a stretcher.
You guys see I'm one-handed right now, right? Normally I'm like rah rah rah, but I can't lift this arm right here. But that's okay. I can still hit the minus button if you say something bad about Cowboys.
That's it. That's it.
Well, you know what? So guys, since you guys are here, there's a couple of things that we'd like you to do. We have some events coming up. We have our regional events and Las Vegas. Can you guys talk about why people need to go ahead and hurry up and register?
Yeah. Well, one thing too, we also got, I'll be in London. I'm going to be in London during the Atlanta event. I hate it, but I love it that I'm going to be in London with the group there. Let's pack it out. That's going to be on June the 15th. We're also working right now on getting a meeting in Barcelona, either the 10th of June or the 11th of June. But I can't emphasize enough. I will be back. I've already talked to Edwin. I'll be in California for the big meeting there. But guys, this is what it's all about. The people that were here this weekend can tell you. Can't put a price on that meeting we had yesterday. You guys standing here. And the other thing is, don't wait. A lot of these events will fill up, and then the procrastinators are like, "Oh, I should have got booked."
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I can tell you right now, there's so many people who've now joined the business within the last 60 days who wanted rooms that they couldn't even get rooms. Here's the thing: we probably had about 4,000 people who wanted to come, just couldn't come because there was no rooms available. And we commandeered this El Dorado property. I mean, it's like Ibüümerang takeover, if you know what I mean. People who are not in Ibüümerang, they're just walking around like this. They're thinking that maybe it's the Cancun property sign or something like that, right? And so they're doing that. But guys, what a business to be in. Matter of fact, here's what we're going to do. If you missed it yesterday, I've got what I call the Ibüümerang choir in the background, and I'm going to lead us in the Ibüümerang song. Okay? All right. Are you guys ready for it? You guys ready, right? Okay. Now listen. David was on stage, and I'm sitting there yesterday, and I'm looking at the name, and every time I look at it, I see something different. And it's that creativity part of mine that comes. And David and I are just alike. We can just come up with stuff off the fly. And I'm sitting there, and I don't know why that name just said, there's a song in this name here. And so we came up with the song yesterday, and it's real simple. Now, some of the millennials, you may have to go to Google and research where this song comes from, because I took it for granted that everybody knew this song, exactly. Right? And I was talking to Daniel Camaro yesterday. He was like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, wow. Okay. So it kind of showed how young I can't use both hands right now. All right. Because we just baptized some diamonds yesterday. And I told them, I said, listen, some of y'all going to go diamond if it kills me. And they almost did kill me. But anyway, you ready?
Ready.
My travel has a first name. Is Ibüümerang. My travel has a second name, Erang. Oh, I love to use it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'Cause Ibüümerang has a way of making freedom for you every day.
Hey, and if you haven't learned it yet, watch this.
Boom!
Boom, 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 freedom!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, it is fun being free. It's fun being here in Ibüümerang on the flight deck, Cancun, Mexico, the El Dorado property, 5-star, all-inclusive. I told all of these guys, I said, listen, y'all can eat whatever you want to eat. It's on me. You know, it's on me. Just go ahead and eat. Just order something that's on me. And listen, my son came to this event here, and he's walking. He said, Dad, he said, I ordered something and they didn't charge me. He said, this is cool, right? Room service, guys, is free. You go to the bar, it's free. You order food, it's free. I mean, I think they're going to kick T. Gray out because the first night, everybody just caravaned on T. Gray's porch. And we probably ordered about $4,000 worth of food. And, you know, to one, and it was the first night. And so I don't know if they're going to invite him back, you know.
No, I don't know if I'd get into the first night.
Yeah,
that's a private joke.
That's a private one. Yeah, we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one for you guys, all right? But guys, no, the red zone is here, as T. Gray said. The events, you've got to make sure that you get to the events. See, one of the things that we can do is we can send you pictures and we can send you postcards. But see, right now, you can't feel how good this sun feels beaming on us right now. See, some of you right now are watching the sunshine, but you don't have shades on because the sun is not in your eyes. And so there's only so much the computer can do. And between your toes, you got to feel that water that just runs at your kneecaps on the pool in your own back patio, your own pool. You don't have to share nobody's pool. Your own. Did I say your own pool? Your own pool, baby. All right. And so that's the same thing that you got to do for these regional events that we're having. Now, here's the thing. I hear people call themselves leaders. And I hear people say, oh, I got me a leader. And when I check and see how they registered,
Yep.
what are you leading? Who are you leading? And here's the thing. You can't lead anyone, okay, if you're not leading. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's leadership. It's not say-it-ship. It's leadership, okay? And so the thing that I tell you, I'll tell you this about all the people that, and David, I'm sure will say the same thing. All the people that I've known who've gone on to be big in the business, I don't ask leaders, are you registered? The question I have is, how many legs do you have with 10 people registered? Because I know when I'm talking to a leader. And so if I check if I check the registration and I notice that you're not registered, you know, when as a builder, you probably are starting to not qualify or disqualify yourself for my personal time. That's why we have a system.
That's right.
Some people think that we are the system. No, the system is for people to help you build a business, but my personal time is for leadership development, and that's for people who are actually exhibiting the characteristics of leadership. What do you say about events, David?
Well, the thing is that you can't, I love what Holton says about being CEO. It's Chief Example Officer, okay? Because as a leader, believe it or not, and I've got a training I'll do sometime, I'll have to do it. People watch what you do, not necessarily what you say. So if you're out pitching, you got to be here, you got to be there, you got to get registered, and you haven't done any of those, you're not leading by example. Truly, you're not the leader. The people below you that have registered and are doing all the things they need to do, because the worst thing you can do is let your team know you haven't even registered for an event, you know, or you didn't show up at the event. That's the worst, right? And when you show up at an event, guys, you want to be on the front row. You want to be as close to the front as you can get. You want to be focused on what's being said. You don't want to be outside walking around on your phone. We teach people to duplicate. We want people to duplicate.
What you're looking about, guys. I mean, the other thing is this here, you know, 29 years, David 31 years, 60 years in this business. You know, what I can tell you is this: I can't guarantee you that just because you come to an event that you're going to achieve your dreams and your goals. What I can tell you is that I've never seen anybody who has not registered early and come to the event. You're not coming to an Ibüümerang event. Ibüümerang is putting on an event for you and your company. You're the CEO of your organization on down. And so you just have the privilege of having someone else arrange all of everything for you to go out there and really, really build a real big business. And so get yourselves registered. The information that you're going to see, that what you're going to learn. Here's the thing. I always wanted to come and be able to meet these leaders face to face. Meet the diamonds, the blue diamonds, the black diamonds face to face. See all the new announcements and meet the people that I'm in business with, and be able to have my own selfies, be able to have my own photo album, so that when I leave that event, I don't tell people, oh, I just know David Manning. See, let me see, and I'll take my phone and I'll scroll through my iPad and I'll say, look, David, and see, this is David Manning right here. I got a photo with him at the event. And so when I'm edifying the business, the opportunity to be at that event is a major tool from the friendships and the relationships. Get as many of the photos as you can with the people, get the stories. And as we always said, and I said yesterday at the meeting, don't ever make a decision to come to an event. You come to the event to make a decision. That's really where it's at. But here's the thing, guys. Right now, we're laying everything out for you. We sat in rooms and we've already planned out the next couple of years of where we're going to be as a company. Now, if you've noticed, we've laid out Sapphire Splash. There's a reason for that. If you notice what we've set up already, we've got all of these promos going on. Here's the thing I want you to understand. The promo that I don't use can't help build my business. The event that I don't promote can't help build my business. So we've laid out a red zone promo. Why? It's to help you go Sapphire. Why? We want you to go Sapphire so that you qualify to attend the Sapphire Boot Camp. That's where, I'm telling you guys, that's where I get raw. That's where the real deal comes out. So the Sapphire Boot Camp is designed to teach you how to produce other sapphires and go diamond. Why? Because we've got Sapphire Splash in Morocco, and we've got Sapphire Splash in Costa Rica. Going to be incredible. Well, what you do is we're going to show you how to lay out the number of legs and how to produce sapphires in those legs, so you bring people to those events. And then when you bring people to those events, you'll never have to set a goal to go diamond. By going to Sapphire Splash and bringing people with you is automatically going to position you to be in Dubai for diamonds in Dubai. So we've got this thing set up for you. We laid out a training How many of y'all liked the training yesterday about the monkeys, the fish, and the elephant being able to go diamond? And so we got it all laid out for you, but you've got to be here to catch the essence of everything that we're doing, because that's how it works.
Yeah, that and the other thing about coming to an event like this, and these people behind me are proof, and they can tell you, I don't know how many times back when I was a rep that I would show up to an event, and all of a sudden then you start seeing who the leaders are that are stepping up, and then you start finding out some are in your organization, and then that you might not even recognize the name. Maybe you've seen a picture, an award. And this is the type of business, especially if you would have been here yesterday and saw how the generation leadership bonus is paying. Mm-hmm. See, there could be somebody 10 levels down in your organization you might meet here. It's Tigray, and you find out he's got all this stuff going on, and he's ranking up, and all of a sudden you realize now, it doesn't matter if he's 10 levels down, you're getting paid on him and his group. How much can you help it grow? And I also love the fact this plan, you only win when you help other people win. That's a winning formula right there in anything you do. You know, it's always said the more people you can help, the more you'll get help. And the other thing is you're going to be excited today. You know, I always say it at the end of every meeting. They know I always say it at the end of every event. All of you are excited right now. You're thinking I can do it. Thoughts are going to determine what you want. It's action that's really going to determine what you get.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what? But just to give some testimonials of it. Yesterday, some of you were there yesterday. You know, and I know I'll call right now Edson and a couple of other you right now. Edson, this is your first experience, Ibüümerang experience, right? Experience trip. and just recently enrolled in the business. If you don't mind, just share with some of the people what you experienced so far in these last 3 days, including the training yesterday.
It was life-changing, you know, just hanging around the leaders, hearing from stage where the company is going to be, where we're going. You know, the vision and the leadership is the reason that I got started. You know, I know Mr. Bugs from a long time ago. And when I heard that he was doing something different, you know, I was at a place in my career where I wanted something real. I wanted to go one last hard time to get to the top, to provide for me and my family. And this is it. And yesterday, that plan that he laid out, that 10 and 2, even if you're just an average person that wants to make a financial change, you need to lock arms with the leaders and just go 10 and 2 every month. And in 12 months, guess what? You're diamond, making 25, 30 G's, and you can provide for you and your. I texted my people back home and say, guys, you're missing this. I cannot take this energy back to you. You got to be at the next event. And so we got people registered, people coming to the next event. And from there, we're looking forward to go step to step with the leaders and knocking out our goals.
Awesome, awesome. Now, Shaniza, you were the first one over here at the flight deck. So, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what we're going to do. All of these people, guys, for coming here, we gave them 20 extra boomerangs. Boom, okay? And Shaniza was the very first one, right? You were the first one to come over here, right? So for Shaniza, she gets 50 extra boomerangs, not just 20. You know what? Because when you take the lead and you are first, we're going to always reward you. So people are always wondering, how do I get boomerangs? You know what? We're going to always find a way to reward you for doing something right. Shaniza, come on up here if you don't mind real quick. Share what your experience has been. I know you've been on experiences before, but share what this weekend has represented for you from your mindset, from your team. Just share whatever it is that you want to share.
Well, if I can be absolutely transparent, one thing that it did is it increased my belief. And I know it's probably hard for people to hear, but I've been on the fence, and I've been sitting back, and I've been quiet. I've been letting my team grow, and I've been to sit down and to be in the midst woke me. To see the 10x2, it gave me life. It said, oh my God, here is the game plan. Here is the strategy. Here is the execution. Especially when some of you are thinking, oh, well, I don't know if I can do what that person did. The person who had the 2,500 in the organization, the person who had the 4,000 in the organization. It just brings back to remembrance. Life is what you have in lifestyle, is how you live it. But more importantly, you don't want to be left behind. If you're a competitive spirit, you don't want to be left behind. You don't want to be back in the back thinking, oh my God, well, I could have done. So for me, this weekend is about rolling up your sleeves. It's about, okay, you had fun, you did what you needed to do, now it's time to go to work. And so more importantly, it just reminded me of why I got started in the beginning, right? Why we got started, why we do what we do. And so for me, it's putting the blinders back on, as you said yesterday, not worrying about your person on the left or right, decide if you're a monkey, an elephant, or a fish, and it's all about execution. So it's giving me that drive and that energy to execute seamlessly moving forward.
And while you're here, guys, this is what else happened. I always tell everybody, you got to have a goal. I don't care how big or how small it is. You've got to have a goal. That's your goal line. That's your future. That's where you want to get. And here's what can happen at an event. When I know you have the leadership, all of the attributes, everything you need, the stuff like that, we all have them. We just don't. Some of us don't use them. I saw Shaniza out at the pool yesterday, at the foam pool. And what did I walk up and ask you?
You said, what is your strategy to go not diamond, you said black diamond.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even see you as a diamond. But I walked up and said, I want to hear what's your game plan now after today. I want to hear how you won black diamond.
And I told him that my plan was to execute the 10x2 3 times over because I am a builder.
That's what I'm talking
and to
about.
then find 3 in each pocket of 10x2 and help them execute the game plan 3 times.
So here's the thing here. Here's the thing, because many people who are at home right now, there's quite a few people who are where you are. They're sitting on the fence, and I appreciate you for your transparency, because transparency helps people. It really does. Yep. But that facade, it doesn't help anybody. But I appreciate you. And so, can you imagine not being here yesterday? What it really could have cost you of being absent of that information and this environment?
Well, absolutely, because I heard you say not getting to the Sapphire leadership training. It may cost you financially $50, but it'll cost your career over $250,000. And I looked at Jason Cross and I said, do you have $250,000 to throw away?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Right. Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
awesome. Thank you.
And we appreciate you. We got some diamonds who come here. I want to hear from Peter Hirsch real quick. Where's Peter Hirsch?
He's got a meeting.
All right, well, he's got a meeting, and so here I've got Amy and Steve Sieber who just come up here. Some more Cowboy fans.
Yay,
They
Cowboy!
get first right of refusal. Come on over here,
That boy,
Cowboy
right.
fans.
Give room for the Cowboy
Come
fans.
on over here, Cowboy fans. Come on over here, Cowboy fans. Come on over
Steve
here.
is at risk of getting pushed in the pool.
You know what? If you push him in the pool, I'm gonna double his volume.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So we got Diamonds, Amy Sieber here, and guys, if you've been watching some of the calls that we've done, Amy Sieber has been absolutely rocking these calls, and went diamond very first month. And I can tell you right now, has one of the fastest growing organizations right now in Ibüümerang. They know how to build the business. Now, Amy, this is your first Ibüümerang experience. Tell the people what you've experienced as a diamond being here, and what do you think the value of this weekend is represented for you and your business?
It is absolutely priceless. You know, Holton, I remember when we got in Ibüümerang, Steve and I had a 2-week trip planned to Israel and Jordan and Saudi Arabia. And when this Ibüümerang trip came up, I struggled because we had it booked for a year. And I messaged you. I said, hey, listen, I know this trip is closed, but I feel like I need to be there. I'm going to cancel my other trip. And you said, get here. I'll find you a way to get here. And the training that you gave, just not only in the room yesterday, but just the meeting after the meeting, sitting around. I had the privilege of just sitting next to you and recording that. And it changed. How many of our worlds did that training just change? And so I want to thank you, and thank you too, David, because one of the things that you have been so phenomenal at through the years, all the 16 years I've known you, is taking someone that has the heart and the dream and the work ethic. You got to put the work in, but you can develop leaders like nobody I've ever seen. And so breaking down the leadership bonus was the first time I think a lot of us really understood the power of leadership development. And so it changed my life. I'm so glad I'm here. I got thrown in the pool yesterday.
For going not to go diamond, to go black diamond.
That's
Okay,
right.
that was to go black diamond. So awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution here. I want to go out to Jason Cross. Where's Jason? Jason. Yeah, and I got Jackie Underwood coming up next, then Ronell after that. So Jason, come on over here and talk to us and tell us, man, what's happening. I know this is not your first one. You've been on several of these experiences here, but tell us a little bit about the experience, and what has it meant to you? And talk to people back there who are back home, and we know we got many of them who haven't woke up because they were out late last night. They're watching on. They're here, but they're watching. They're watching right now. So tell us a little bit.
Well, it's been life changing. That's been the words that you used. Lid lifting experience, and I think about the law of association and the fact that to be able to associate with you and so many of these leaders here, Mr. Manning, you, Mr. Bugs, to be able to be around that experience and that leadership. The vision, the fact that you see the logo. We had a breakout session yesterday. You talked about how there's actually 10 billion in the logo. When you break that down, you see that we'll be the fastest growing company to $10 billion on our way to $50 billion. That's just that has increased our belief. It's increased our vision. And I know that those with whom you assemble, you soon resemble. And so I'm excited about being able to be around this organization. Our team is actually absolutely excited, and we're just all in for these leadership experiences and these regionals across the country.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot for your contribution and everything that you're doing over there in the DMV. You're rocking and rolling, and I can't wait for the next round of regionals. I know you have definitely earned one to be hosting one, and we will definitely make sure that happens. So appreciate you, all of you guys at the DMV. You guys have been absolutely rocking on that East Coast. We appreciate you guys. Boom. We want to go now to Jackie Underwood. Jackie, do we still have Jackie? There she is. Okay. There she is over there. Jackie, how we doing?
Amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, listen, things have been popping over here. We have done a Cancun takeover, and it's been nothing short of amazing. The Ibüümerang logos everywhere yesterday in the pool, every beach ball with the Ibüümerang logo. I'm sure, how many of y'all, silently stole the beach ball? I did. Okay. So But anyway, Jackie, so tell us what your experience has been, and what is this event meant for you, and how's your team responding?
Yeah, first of all, I'm really excited about this experience. Beautiful resort. So we have an amazing time here. And one of the main things I took away, as I sat in that room yesterday with that amazing training, I look at it as a caregiver. I'm a nurse by profession. And I look out every day and I see people that can't do certain things that other people can do. And what amazes me, the everyday person, the everyday individual, that single mom, that person has never built a large organization, even myself, only having a team ever of a few hundred, only making a few thousands a month. I have an opportunity now. And Ibüümerang, guys, I'm telling you, the sky is the limit. My belief is way up now. And I love the fact what you said, Houghton, you don't come to, I think you said something about don't come to meetings to make a decision.
Don't make a decision to come to the
exactly. I didn't come to this meeting to make a decision. I made decisions when I got here, guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
The decisions that I've made since sitting here has been amazing. It's going to truly change my life and everyone in my life. And my team, get ready. We're going straight to down.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, David. And T. Gray, make sure we start getting a little list of who's here so we can start at it. You got that already?
I'll make sure I get everybody before they leave.
Awesome.
Real quick, Holton, I heard someone made a statement to me yesterday, and I thought it was pretty interesting. They said, Holton, I've already said, and I told all the people I work with, Holton's a magnet. But then yesterday, someone told me, they said, I just really have one group I can work with. I don't know any Hispanics. I don't know any Asians. That's not going to be a market for me, guys. In this industry, it's not who you know, it's who they know. Right. So if you want to expand into those markets, don't block out those markets and think, well, I don't have anyone there. You find those markets by talking, and everyone I talk to, one of the first questions I'd be, do you know anybody in Asia right now? You know about anybody in Europe, right? You know anybody in Mexico? Because our company is exploding. It's one of the fastest growing in those countries, and I'm looking for leaders there. If they know one, and guess what? You think they want them getting in and they're not playing? And that's how you open your markets. And HP can probably say it better. There is no market that's not available to all of us.
Here's the thing I can tell you right now. We've got customers booking right now in 124 countries already, okay? And I want to give a huge I'm going to come back to what you said, but I want everybody to give a huge congratulations as we celebrated yesterday that in just 2 months, we already have over 70,000 distributors and customer users registered in Ibüümerang right now. So guys, give it up. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know of a company, I know we've set all the records in the industry of network marketing. I don't know of a company who's bringing in more real customers than Ibüümerang every day. Right now, we're averaging about 2,000 customers per day, real customers. We've done millions of bookings already just within the first 2 months of having this up. But what David said, here's the thing I want you to understand, guys. I want you to know where I'm from. I'm from Tampa, Florida, Ponce de Leon projects. You think I knew people in Latino communities? You think I knew people in Asian communities? You think I knew people in Europe? No. Only thing I knew about Europe was that there was a thing called the Eiffel Tower that was there. And I read about the Roman Empire during that time I was paying attention in history class. That one time I was paying attention. I didn't know anybody there, but I'm glad you brought that up, David. This is why you got to be at the event. Because at the Sapphire Bootcamp, or even at these events, we show you how to evolve as a person. Because what you're saying is, you're not saying you don't know anybody. You're saying, I don't even know how to begin to know people. So here's one tip that I'm going to give you. You don't know people in the Latino community? That's fine. Why don't you do this? Once a week, go start eating at Mexican restaurants in Mexican communities. And don't go there to recruit. Go there to learn, and go there to see and expose yourself to a different custom. Expose yourself to learn how to say at least hola. Hola. Don't say anything. Hola. Hola. And watch what happens. Somebody's going to talk back to you. And when they talk back to you, here's what you do. Wear your Ibüümerang gear. You see, I've got my proud Mexican flag on my Ibüümerang logo here, right? And so, you wear your Ibüümerang gear. Somebody's going to say, what's that? This is this is my uniform. And when they say, what's that? I say, what's Ibüümerang? What's that? Oh, it's a way I stay in 5-star resorts for 3-star prices. How does that work? Okay. And oh, you know, all I need is your name and your email and your phone number. I can get you started with savings, but there's only one catch. Just, you know, send me a postcard on your first savings vacation. Okay? Matter of fact, do you know anybody in Mexico who loves to travel? We're expanding our business over there. And watch they start. Yeah, I know this person. I know this person. It may not happen the first time. It may not even happen the second time. But now it's you getting to expose yourself to somebody else's sphere of influence. See, David Manning didn't have to know Edwin Haynes. David Manning didn't have to know T. Gray. David Manning didn't have to know me. David Manning knew Peter Hirsch. Peter Hirsch knew me.
Exactly right.
And so now look what has happened. I didn't have to know David Manning. I knew Peter Hirsch, and look what has happened. Okay. And so it's all about not who you know. I mean, it's not about all the other people you know. It's knowing the one person and being able to access through them.
Not only that, you triggered a thought. I was talking to someone, and it was at a restaurant, and I started talking about the business, and this was before we started Ibüümerang. And it turned out he was from a country we were not working in at that time, right? And here's his comment. Wow, I would love to do this. I don't know anyone here. Everyone I know's there. Can you imagine right now if you ran into that person? All of a sudden now, their environment here just grew to an unbelievable opportunity, and they don't know anyone here. But they know they can immediately go on WhatsApp, or they can get on the Facebook, and they can start recruiting and showing people how to save in their home country. That's how you explode your business.
Guys, listen, guys, you're only limiting your exposure by the limitations of your mind. Today, we live in a world that is so small. We have the internet, we've got social media, and I don't believe in spamming anyone whatsoever. Don't ever do that. It's illegal. It's not our philosophy. Some of our Ibüümerang people will probably give you a good talking to if you do it. So don't do that. But there's nothing wrong with joining a group, seeing if you can get a part of a social group and in a different community. Stop hanging around people who already have your same problem, and hang around people who got your answer. The issue we have is oftentimes we travel around in groups of people who are just like us. You can't learn from somebody who's just like you. I started eating at different restaurants. Why? Because I wanted to have a palate to be able to accept foods from different countries. Because what happens when I do go to Thailand? I don't want to go there and can't have a civilized conversation over a meal because I'm only used to eating soul food. No, I can't expand my, so now I eat food all over the world, but right in Houston, so that when I go all over the world, I'm used to it. I'm growing. That's called personal growth. That's personal development. Expand your entire world. Reach out, get a part of some groups, and don't go there for recruiting. Don't join a social group to try to recruit people. Go there to build friendships. And then when you build friendships and somebody asks you what's your interest, hey, my interest is traveling all over the world for 3-star prices, but staying in 5-star resorts. They're going to ask you how. Yep. And then that's how those conversations will begin to start. So it's not that you don't know how, you don't know why yet. And so build that why. And then when you build that why and you're motivated enough, you'll find out how. I want you to imagine that something in your family was you were in need of something from your family, that you needed a cure for something. Let's say your cat or your dog had an illness and you needed a Mexican doctor. Are you going to say, I don't know any Mexicans? And you're going to let your cat have that illness? Or you're going to, hey, who do you know who knows a doctor that's from Mexico? Who do you know who knows a doctor that's from Asia?
Right.
Right? And so, see, here's the thing. Maybe your cat doesn't need a doctor, but maybe your bank account does. Ooh. And if your bank account needs a Mexican doctor, who do you know? Because Mexico is growing like wildfire. Australia is growing like right now, guys. We haven't done it yet, but I give you guys the top. What's the top 5 countries we got right now? USA being number 1, Mexico 2. I think the UK is number 3. Australia is number 4. Yeah. Australia is number 4. UK is number 3. Australia is number 4. Okay. And guess how many people I knew in Australia? 1. And I never recruited them. I didn't even call them. You know what I'm saying, David? So, I mean, we've got people who are part of our, we've got customers right now in countries I can't pronounce. I didn't know them. You didn't know them.
No,
exactly. It was somebody who knew them, who knew them, who knew them, who knew them, who got it going. So guys, listen, don't ever bring the excuse, bring the solution. That's what Ibüümerang's about.
That's exactly what it's about. And don't ever, a lot of people, I was talking to someone else again yesterday, and they said, well, I think they said from Connecticut, and it's really hard there. No, it's not. It's no harder there than it is in Dallas, Texas.
Do they travel in Connecticut?
Exactly. Do they travel in Connecticut?
Planes land in Connecticut?
Planes land.
Do they have hotels in Connecticut?
That's exactly.
Do they have retail prices in Connecticut?
And they want people to get outside of Connecticut.
And can we beat the prices in Connecticut?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so it works in Connecticut.
It works in Connecticut. The problem is you haven't gone through how to do the business. Once you learn how, then it becomes easy, you know, and then it just becomes an everyday lifestyle. You know, I guarantee I'm doing the business 200 hours a week. I don't tell people that. No one would want to do the business. But if you're breathing with what we're in, travel, you're doing it.
That's right.
You're doing it.
That's right. Absolutely. Want to go out there now to Ronell Sylvester. Mr. Ronell got on his Ibüümerang gear. He got on his recruiting magnet. That's called a recruiting magnet when you wear that. You could either wear the Ibüümerang gear or Dallas Cowboy gear, and people will always want to get involved in your business.
The Ibüümerang gear is a magnet, and the Dallas Cowboy gear repels. It pushes people away.
Yes. So Ronell, talk to us, man. I know that you've been here, you've been on experiences. And, you know, just talk to us and tell us what's going on. Tell us how you feel. Tell us what you experienced from your group yesterday and the whole vibe. Is it real what we're talking about, or is this just some conversation?
This is the most real thing I've seen in my last 14 years. And I want to thank both CEOs, Mr. Hayes, Mr. T. Gray, Peter Hurst, who I call the plug. This thing, I hear when people talk about legacy, that's what stuck to me. This was the first trip I got to bring my oldest son on, and you know, my youngest at the same time. They was looking at that comp plan and like, okay, this leadership thing. Dad, can you talk to us about this? How can we make this work for us? I didn't have to convince them to want to do this. The conversation about legacy and to have your legacy there is a whole different thing. And then another time, I had a partner named Rachel out of Dallas, Texas. But she is a straight travel booker. She about to earn her IATAN, wasn't interested in building. After the event yesterday, Ronell, you know what? I think I can do 10. The conversation changed. Just the environment, the beach time conversations. This thing is priceless to be able to sit with minds like this. I haven't gotten to David yet, but will happen there before we walk. But just to sit and really understand that this thing is real. The time that my partners in Alabama got to spend with Mr. Hayes, mindsets are blown. There was a lid at one time. We don't see it there no more, but we ready to boom all the way, and nothing will be the same on this ride.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Now, so my question is, can you do 10 and 2? Can your group do 10 and 2?
Definitely gonna do 10 and 2.
Can they see right now, guys? I would normally put both of my hands up, but I can't put both of them up. So normally when you drive, right? You know, when you're teaching somebody how to drive, you see that's what I'm talking about. See, when I call David my right hand man, this is my right hand man. I need his right hand, okay? And so when you put that steering wheel on 10 and 2, right? You're driving your way to diamond, right? You're driving your way to diamond. Now, here's the thing: if you're driving and one on the left hand is black and the other one is white, there's something going on. That means you got a tan on one side.
You turn over.
But that's what we taught. We taught how to drive your way to diamond. You know what? I see David Gilty right behind me. David, just chime in real quick. We threw him in the pool as well. He was one of those people who helped contribute to my right hand being. So you better go black diamond. Okay. So talk to us and tell us what you saw yesterday. Now, then I want to get another one of our female up and coming diamonds. So T. Gray, let us know who's coming up next before we close out this call.
All right, cool. Well, first of all, it's an honor just to be here, and it's I just feel like it's a bigger purpose, it's a big picture, and it's a bigger family. It's like something here is just an anointing that's going on right now.
Tell them they can
listen to you, coming with the idea behind it, for Mr. Manning to have a vision, for it to become just a merger of anointing. That's all I'm about. I feel like a different responsibility on my soul with this operation, with what we're doing. I mean, I'm nervous right now. I don't get nervous. I feel like I'm in school again for success. I'm a student again. I just feel like I just have a bigger responsibility for my legacy. And I'm thankful for it.
Awesome. You know what? I want to ask everybody here a question because it went through my mind. How many of you during this process we've gone today, the things you've heard out of Holton's mouth, the things I've said, the things that T. Gray and Edwin shared, how many of you had this thought here today? Gosh, I wish I'd have made sure all my team was on here.
Yep.
Don't have that thought. Okay, these guys, T. Gray, Mark Kitcart, Edwin, every Saturday, I don't care what else is going on in their world, they make sure they can come to you to try to help you build. Don't have something you say, oh, I wish my team would have heard that. I would make it every Saturday. Get them on a WhatsApp so you can say, hey guys, the training starts in 10 minutes and get them on there. Don't be sitting here. I was just thinking, I know the people I hope they're listening.
Absolutely. It's you know, guys, here's the thing I would do if I were you. Once this call is over, we're going to take maybe one or two more and then we're going to end it because we got some beaches. We can't sit here with y'all all day long. All right. This water,
sand is calling.
That's right. The sand is calling. David put an order and made sure the water is wet. And we checked it and it's wet. We checked it. All right. And matter of fact, kind of give you guys a little. That was a splash for you. That was just a little splash.
That's a splash of success right there.
Time out. That's not your computer.
Here, let me wipe it off.
And now you have defiled my computer with you put your cowboyness on my computer.
We got Nancy Griffin and Demet up next.
All right, I got Nancy Griffin up here, and I want you to just kind of look into the camera there, just share with us what's happening, what's going on, what was how were you when you first came? I need that, Steve. Bring it over here, Steve. I gotta have that in my life. That's right. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, baby. Do y'all get the picture over here, right?
I'm looking for a lighter.
Put it right here, all right? But anyway,
feel better now?
You know what? Look! I can raise it now.
It's disgusting.
It's real, baby. It's real. So just talk to us a little bit about what was just give everyone what was your thinking before you came to this one? Just kind of what was your expectations and how are you now?
I've been to several experiences and I already knew it was first class experience coming. But once I got here to really be around the Ibüümerang family, all of us coming together as a whole, I come from a corporate background, so doing trainings like yesterday, all of us being here today together on the beaches of the world, that's what really makes a difference. The whole camaraderie, the whole team environment, and the way that you both have outlaid a financial success plan for each and every person that wants to get out of debt. I always say this, whenever you're coupled with an organization that shares the same values you have, get around financial literacy, get around getting out of debt, bad debt, you're in the right place at the right time with the right people.
Awesome. Thank you. You are good stories today, but we want your good stories. Now, here's the thing, guys. Matter of fact, we're going to do a live one. Amy Seaver, get your butt back over here. And before we go to our last one, and the reason why is this, because sometimes, guys, we don't want to share because we think that it's a little embarrassing to share with people that we're in debt. No, that's not embarrassing at all because your story is going to free someone. And so Amy, she was thinking, yes, tell us what you were thinking. You just be transparent because that's who we are. We're transparent. Tell us what you were thinking, why you didn't share your story. And then I want you to now share your story.
Okay. Well, Steve and I are diamonds and we've been diamonds a long time in another scenario. And so sometimes, we're watching all the get out of debt, and all this stuff. And we're quietly clicking it off because we really didn't want anybody to know we had it as diamonds. And And so just this last month, Steve sent me a picture where every single credit card has zero balance, zero balance, zero balance, zero balance. And it, you know, it's one of those things where honestly, and I think we can all identify with this, you know, I mean, life hits everybody. And I think one of the most amazing things about this company is the you know, the culture of doing things right. And Steve and I want to, you know, to lead the way on that. And so we literally, I'm going to send you the picture that Steve sent me of, you know, of all those zero balances, because I think people need to know that even you know, at the higher levels, people have debt and not more.
And so you took your Ibüümerang commissions.
Yes.
Or part of it. Actually, you know, I know what her commissions are. Okay. I know what they are. I know what their commissions are. And so you took a part of it, and y'all paid off all your credit cards. Yes. All those credit cards are zero balance. Zero balance. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's a good story, ladies and gentlemen.
Good story. We're going to do 2 more. Okay. I just saw someone back there you got to hear from.
Absolutely. Well, bring them on up, David.
Lane. Okay. Oh, right here first.
All right. Thank you. I'm still blown away. First off, just hats off to you, Mr. Bud, Mr. Manning, and just the whole leadership team.
And tell them your name and where you're from.
All right. I'm D. Matt McDaniel from Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Yes, yes,
Boom.
yes. Also representing that Chicago squad.
Okay.
So I'm just beyond just blessed and excited, but more than excitement, I have a purpose here. And before I came to this event, I've been with in this company for been over 5 years. However, like Ms. Nancy said, I've been a part of all the different experiences, but this experience is different because I came to it with a certain expectation, but there's no but. However, this leadership is laying out the how for us to get exactly what we want. And it's on us to take advantage of it, or it's on us to just blow it. And if you're not where you want to be in life right now, does that mean that you've continually blown opportunities in the past and didn't take advantage of them? And if so, that's one of the things I've learned here, that you can't continue to say shoulda, coulda, woulda. You can't continue to doubt what you can be and just walk into what you already are and do it. And they are giving us the blueprint. It's on us to, you know, run the play. And that's something that I've learned more than anything. I know how important it is now and what you all have given us to be able to utilize and leave a legacy for our families in a way that corporate America or any other employer can never do. It's just phenomenal. And I thank you all for that, because you helped me see that we have what we need. It's already here within me. I just have to go out there and do what I need to do to help take this Ibüümerang. Just, it's already at another level, but just to do my part to continue to help it excel and go through the roof and just show everybody across the world. We have access to the world. Why not use it?
That's what I'm talking about.
Awesome.
Awesome. Absolutely. Boom.
She said run the play.
That's right. Run the play.
Yeah. I wish the Cowboys could figure out how to run the play.
It's great. We need to search for resumes here. You know.
Oh, man. Sneaky socks.
No, they never stink. They never stink. They're stinkless socks. So, but you know, before we break Elaine up, here's the thing, guys. You know, Jackie said something that resonated with me, and I don't know if you caught it. She said, "This is how you know the lid has been risen or raised, however they say it." Remember, I don't have a college degree. She said, you know, I was to the point where, well, you know, I've been in this industry for a while and I've only been making thousands of dollars a month. I'm sitting there like, girl. Only? I'm like, you know, but that's a testimony to environment. Right. It means that, you know, that now she looks at it like, not that thousands aren't great. She looks at it now because she has grown. And she recognizes that she hadn't been performing to her potential, whereas before, as David said, or Ronell said, that the lid has been lifted. Before there was a lid. And see, it's environment. It's not just the comp plan. It's not just the product. This product and technology has been here. Travel is not new. It's the environment that we have here that's been created, that I'm watching people's lives transform right before our very eyes. That's what we're seeing. So, Elaine, come on here and, you know.
And I got to say this, Holton said, you know, he didn't have a college degree. Believe it or not, I don't have a college degree either.
Makes 3.
You know, that makes 3. But, hey, more power to those that do. But let me just say, we're all going to become a little smarter during this next interview because
Exactly.
we have a forensic scientist coming here, and Elaine, come down here. I just want. There's so many different sides of what we do, and almost all of them are fun. But with Elaine, I had to put a new rule in because every time I looked on Facebook, she's either got a koala bear in a picture, or she's in this country, that country, this country. And I said, okay, you cannot travel more than the CEO, right?
For fun,
for fun, anyway. Right. So Elaine, I want you to come in here because I think, and she also builds a business, and she also, the forensic scientist thing is in her past. Wow. Because she does this now, and I know she's told me how excited. So Elaine, come in here and share a little bit.
Well, I really want to thank you for just presenting the opportunity to put me in a position to walk away from a 10-year career in the field of forensic chemistry. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't take the industry seriously because they have a degree or they have, X amount of years of experience. And I'm really just glad that didn't allow me to not take the business seriously just because I had a degree or feel like I had spent all of this time working towards, getting a title to where I didn't take it seriously. And like you said, I do travel all over the world.
At a discount.
Yes, definitely at a discount. And it's a fun business. And it's something that most people are doing anyway. So why not get paid from it and help other people do the same?
And that she made a great statement, because you may run into someone that's got a bachelor's, they got all this stuff on the wall, right? That doesn't mean they're happy.
And
that doesn't mean they're satisfied in their business, right? I know some doctors that make a fortune. They have no time to do anything, right? And so that's why I wanted you to hear from her today, because don't ever think, oh God, they would never do this. Somebody probably just hasn't presented them the opportunity.
Right.
And
sometimes I call it, and I don't put the degrees down because
no, I don't
at
either.
all. Because but sometimes I call it very expensive art.
Exactly.
It's hanging on the wall. It's 40, 50, 60, 100, $200,000. I like, man, I could have bought a Picasso and had it, appreciate the value more than what my engineering, did for me. So I understand it.
Well, T. Gray and Edwin and everybody here that recruit can probably, what I used to hate to recruit most? Someone with a marketing degree.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah, they were experts in marketing. They were going to show us how to do it. And I would be like, please just put that on the wall and let's get a network marketing degree.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're about to be closing up. We got a couple slides that we're going to share with you in a moment. And while he's adjusting that, David, if you don't mind, share with them that we've got some great things in the world of travel that we're going to bring. We're not going to tell you what it is, but guys, we're 60 days old, 60 plus days old here. And, we're growing fast right now. You probably saw yesterday that there's a company who's rated us right now, right behind Coinbase, out of 10,000 new companies that they look at who are growing or new companies. We're right now in the entire world ranked number 13, right by number 14. Number 14 behind Coinbase. Okay, Coinbase is number 13. And we're number 14, and many of those companies have hundreds of millions of dollars of venture capital that's been put behind them. And what we've got is you guys.
That's it.
We've got you. And so that's unlimited capital that we have, but we've got new products that's going to be coming out as well. Guys, this is just the beginning. So when you're looking at us, I know you look at us like, man, this company really feels like it's 100 years old, but we're 60 days old, 60 plus days old. So David, just share, just concepts of things that we, going to be bringing to them with trips and all kind of stuff that's going to be happening.
Well, the focus is, and Extreme Travel has always done that. By the way, hats off to Lori Spears once again. HB said it best, and I'm the same way.
Give me my coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have to do anything for this. HB didn't have to do anything for this. I just paid a deposit, and she makes the rest happen. And never do we have an experience that's just not off the charts. And so many of them out there, like Elaine and some of the others that have been doing the travel side, before we came together with Ibüümerang, Guys, anything you've ever had, you're going to have. And you're going to have more. There's some little secrets I can't reveal, but here's our goal. We always want to be the leading edge in travel. There are so many ways we're going to be able to show people how they can save. And what we're creating now is ways to make it easier for you to open that door to people. Oh, look, be careful how I show that. To make it easier for you to be able to start that conversation. Make it easier for you to be able to walk in to your pastor and not try to recruit them.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Because if you go that route, you'll never get them. Right? You might get 1 out of 10. But with what we're putting together, every major organization out there, every nonprofit, every church, they're going to want to play.
Absolutely.
And I think the most impressive thing, and I know Tigray and I have talked about this, is like we had a 90-minute meeting here with the executives. 5.5 hours. HB's like somebody I've never met before. We didn't talk about the present. We talked about kind of what we've done in 60 days. We clapped ourselves on the back a little bit. You know, our wives are telling us, don't be clapping yourself on the back yet. But what we did look at was already into 2020, 2021, recognitions, trips around the world. I don't know if you've heard, January, February, diamonds are going to Dubai.
Right.
DID.
Right? Diamonds are going, and what is it, emeralds?
We have sapphires.
Sapphires and above.
Sapphires.
Sapphire.
14,000 was $15,000 in volume.
Yes.
15,000. That's 15 first class packs.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
You know, 15. Now here's the thing. T. Gray he released something just a minute ago, right? In our red zone. We're gonna have upgrade amnesty. Do you know that all you need is probably about 20 people in your group to upgrade if you got the right structure, from coach to business class, to first class, and you could be sapphire. That can count as 1 month.
And you could be at the meeting in Atlanta then.
Absolutely.
Sapphire and above. Man, that is the ultimate goal right now for anybody out there that's not sapphire yet.
Right.
All it's going to take is effort. Right? We put it there. Who on your team is at coach right now? Who's at standby? Who's at business class? Your first call today was, did you listen to the training? And if not, oh my gosh, you can still upgrade. Yes. And then get them there. And that way you can say you can get them to Atlanta. By the way, guys, this Atlanta, I don't want you just focus in Atlanta and the surroundings area. I wish I could catch a plane and get back from London in time to check that and go back. Because that's how important it's going to be. Now, they promised me they're going to give me a private video of it. Private video. Private. But for the rest of you, I don't care if you're in Chicago, if you're in Alabama. I can't emphasize, you can't put a price on it. It's priceless to be in that meeting.
We got people from Asia coming.
People from Asia coming. And so I don't want to hear any excuses. If you need to drive, hey, load up the car, bring some of your team.
Well, guys, you know what? We're going to show you a couple things because this water is getting wetter about the moment. And everyone over here is like, hey, listen, we can't, we can't sit here all day long and give it to you live on Zoom because this battery is going to die on the computer anyway. But if you look at it on the screen right now, we've got the Ibüümerang leadership training. David just got through talking about it. We can't stress it enough. Be there. Here's the thing, guys. That leadership training, we took the price of it way down. I don't want you to confuse price and value. That's sometimes what happens in network marketing is that we charge so cheap for things that people have a misunderstanding. That's the beach calling it, okay? It's the music. But we charge so little for things so that we can make it so accessible. And I can tell you right now, I've been to some major trainings, go try to go to a leadership training for Tony Robbins for under 10 grand. And then say, Tony, you know what, since I paid you 10 grand, I want to call you for 3 ways. Right. That's 100 grand. Right. To have access to call him for 3 and to have access to meet with him twice a year, $1 million. And he doesn't have specialized knowledge in your business. Right. All right. So don't ever underestimate and devalue it. The only reason we do it at that price is because we're making an investment in you. We have a leadership development bonus. Think of it. That means we've got to develop leaders. So we're going to actually allow you absolute discounts so that you can come learn leadership, develop so that you can develop more leaders, and we'll pay you to do it. We'll pay you to do it. So we've got that coming up. David, what's the next one that we have there?
We've got you got Atlanta June the 8th, 10 to 6, guys. That's the regular presentation and training. Then on June 22nd, I will be there with Edwin, the group. We're going to pack it out in Los Angeles. It's going to be Los Angeles?
I don't know yet.
Okay, it says
California.
Los Angeles. It's California. We're coming to California. I'd tell your group right now to rise up if you want it in your area.
That's right.
That's
Rise
right.
up.
Rise up right now.
Rise up. And these are gold diamonds. Just look at the name. Gold Diamond Training. So what do you think we're going to train you on? How to go diamond.
Exactly.
So let's make sure you're there. What's our next announcement, T-Grade?
That's it.
Uh-oh. And the last announcement, ladies and gentlemen, is our major coming out event that we're going to have, our grand opening. That's going to be in Las Vegas. We're going to be at the Orleans Arena. You can book wherever it is that you want to book on your iGo platform, because the iGo prices are cheaper than any of the room block prices that we could have gotten. Plus, remember, anytime you and your group book, we made a wholesale vote that we raise the prices 10%, so we can take that 10% and now we pay it out and be converted to BB, pay it out through the upline. It's the same as using your own product. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate Edwin Haynes and T. Gray for getting this training started. We didn't even plan for all of this. It was a last minute organic thing. These people got anywhere from 20 to 50 free extra boomerangs for being here.
And as HP said, I see it's kind of flashing red up there. Here, let me charge this computer back up. Put this cowboy stuff on here. Oh, look, it's going on. Yes,
I need a new computer.
It's green again. Hey, guys, are you ready?
Boom, 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 freedom! We'll see you guys on the next one.